What's going on, everybody? It's your boy D Davis, aka Mr. 360, back at it again with another sports talking bull stuff. We back at it again on a NFL Sunday, the second week of the NFL season, and I'm just going to kick it off with a review of my of the previous week with my fantasy football team. I'm in two fantasy football leagues. I took an ass kicking, a shellacking. I got raked over the coals uh, in two of these leagues. So I'm a share for everybody. I if I talk about my victories and my you know my championships, I have to be able to talk about the L's. I gotta throw that on the screen. Um, for the people. I can't be a hypocrite. I'd be wrong. Uh, Uncle Hotep want to sign a slander Jay-Z on the TL on the timeline. Yeah, yeah. I believe that wholeheartedly. Where we at with it? So this last week, I'm Team Cash Money. I barely made it over one 100 points in a PPR league, 4-point PPR league. And look at this. Look at this. We got Jordan Love. Played pretty well. Pacheco played well. Olave didn't do well. My keeper, St. Brown, didn't do well. McBride didn't do well. Diggs balled out. Flowers, they got him the ball. He was targeted a lot. Lamar Jackson targeted Lamar a lot. In my league, we do two defensive players. Or in this league, we do two defensive players. Jets was poo-poo. Jets defense was poo-poo. J.K. Dobbins, he put up 23 on the bench. Tyler Lockett, a respectable 13. I got Zeke Elliott on the bench. So a couple of the guys, actually my running backs, I went with one running back, four wide receivers. I usually go in PPR leagues. I usually go wide receiver heavy, but it's what time is this? It's 10:11 Eastern time. Go to my other team. I still got 3 hours, roughly 3 hours before I make a commitment. Hopefully it ain't no London games. But timeout king kick my ass. Pardon me from the computer. You know, if it's ESPN on my computer, it's just taking so long. But actually, Timeout King, he has a channel. I'll look that channel up, but I'll be checking out his stuff. Fantasy Focus, I believe. But him and his homies, he got a nice setup, real nice setup. But yeah, Jordan Love again. Brees Hall had a pretty good game. This isn't a This is a PPR league. Shit, this is a PPR league. God damn. So Jalen Warren, I took him. I don't know when I took him, eighth, ninth round, something like that. Jalen Warren, I think he's the more talented runner in Pittsburgh. But I think the other guy over there got the majority of the carries. Yeah. So damn near. My defense was my third highest scoring player or position on my team last week. Not good at all. So I'm gonna set this in real time So we're gonna set this lineup in real time, see what it's like. I usually set it, I look at it throughout the week. I may not do too much to it because I look at it, look at it throughout the week. At least work been kicking my ass. I usually spend my time doing this at work and busy and shit at work, which is whack. But all right, these are the projections. I had to throw Joe Burrow in, and I'm hearing stuff about his wrist. Jordan Love is out. We're gonna run with Brees Hall again. Ty J. Spears. I may have to holler at somebody about a running back. I really may have to holler at somebody about a running back. Marvin Harrison Jr. He was supposed to big dog it. I don't know. What do dude out there? Not Trey Lance. Small dude, half Filipino, quarterback for the Cardinals. That dude, small dude, played baseball. I don't know too, man. He was supposed to be that dude too. They get these young, uh, inexperienced, unproven quarterbacks all this big money. Yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr., see if he can get him the ball this week. Uh, Olave, you better. He played Dallas. Dallas defense looked real good last week. Really good last week. I know Cleveland. Speaking of quarterbacks that got a lot of money that really haven't been proven, Deshaun Watson. They, I think Deshaun Watson was a media hype because I would hear all this talk about his game, and then I would look at the game, and I'm like, 2 touchdowns, 220 yards. Like, that's average stuff in the NFL. Like, ain't nothing too crazy. Like, but they was talking his game up, and I mean, I guess he brought Houston to the playoffs once or twice. I guess that's I guess you deserve $250 million. I guess I don't know, but Dallas defense looked good last week. Um, I thought they would take a step back, but just based off week one, they look pretty damn good. But that's week one. Like I said, and another video or other videos, this first week, 2 or 3 of the NFL season is going to resemble preseason. So this is fancy preseason because they don't play in preseason anymore. So the the cohesiveness of the offense, uh that's gonna be lacking in these first couple weeks. And defenses are always gonna be stronger because defense, you kind of know what you got to do, and you're reacting to the offense. You got your schemes and everything, so the offense has to you know do what they got to do to get themselves aligned as a cohesive unit. Offensive line got to be uh, doing their thing at a high level, in sync with the quarterback. Quarterback got to be in sync with the wide receivers, running backs, and fullbacks. Probably don't have too many fullbacks in the league today, but those players, if they're on teams, they have to know blocking schemes and things like that. So a lot of things have to be sorted out in the first week, 2 or 3 in the NFL that should have been sorted out in the preseason. But football is too rough and too tough to play in the summer, which is absolutely fucking crazy for players. Most of them, many of them, paid millions of dollars at the highest level. They should be playing football and hitting each other damn near all the fucking time. If they're being paid billions of dollars, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, they was hitting and playing, not all the time, because now it's more of a business than it was back in the day. It's way more of a damn near yearly not business, but more of a job. Whereas in the 40s and 50s, there was 3 months, and a lot of them players had other professions to be in. That was the reality of most sports 40, 50, 60 years ago. They didn't make all that money playing in the NFL, NBA that they do now. And the football was a lot better. I was watching this clip. Uh, it's an old NFL highlights clip, stuff that they used to market the game to me when I was a little youngin running around. Violent hits, violent hits. Damn near it was like 10 clips and a highlight. 8.5 of those clips are penalties today. So, and they wasn't making all the money they make today. And to be making all the money they make today, and they're not putting in the I won't say the effort, but you got to put in the work, because as the salaries have increased, also the prices of tickets have increased significantly. In this country, inflation has risen, but salaries and wages have not. So miss me with football is too hard and too rough and all that. Nah, player. I don't care if it's too hot. You making millions. Earn that money. July, August, be out on that field, player, earning the millions. Like I said, the NBA has priced me out of the going to to games. The NFL, they was a problem before the NBA. The NFL was a problem with these tickets. I live in New England. I go by the area I am in. NFL been a problem for these. I've been to a Giants game, been to a Patriots game, couple Patriots games. Big paper player. Ain't no walk in the park out here. And the average fan of these sports, they can't even go to a game. It's too expensive for the average fan. It's a better experience just to watch on TV. Damn near everybody got a 50-inch TV. Watch it on TV. But here's what they did for the people who choose to watch on TV. Now everything's chopped up. It's botched up. You got to get this package. You got to get that package. You got to get this other package. Don't let me get started about the NBA League Pass. The League Pass is ineffective for the teams that will be for the Celtics. I live in Connecticut. If I don't want to pay for cable, if I just want to watch the Celtics primarily, most of the games in the NBA League Pass are blocked out for the Celtics. So it's a lot of shenanigery. Those words that there's a lot of hijinks being played, shenanigans being played. There's another word. It's not shenanigans, but it's a good word to use. A lot of horseplay going about. And what I'm realizing is that for a lot of people out here that chose to cut the cord, getting all of these apps and services, you damn near was paying what you was paying with cable. Real talk. Anywho, that's another. But they pricing the average consumer out of the game. And it's going to be pay to play, just like how they did with the with satellite radio. when satellite radio first came out, everybody was on it. Everybody was on it. I was like, nah, I'm good. I usually keep all my music on my phone. At the time when that satellite radio first came out, I had my iPod, that little i thing, one of them iPod, yeah, I had an iPod. All my music on it. I just do I do link it. I'm good because I like to control what I listen to. And why I started with satellite radio is because um, regular radio was taken over. Uh, who's the big conglomerate that took over regular radio? I didn't plan to talk about this stuff today, but I know the Breakfast Club. Yeah, the Breakfast Club. I guess I can go. I don't have to share. I'm just looking at my shit's naive. Uh, stop share. Be back. All right. Um, but the Breakfast Club is owned by and it's at the tip of my lips right now. All right. My apologies, people. Uh that's the big one. Breakfast Breakfast Club radio station owned what company? Oh, Clear Channel. Yeah, Clear Channel was the one that brought up all the radio stations across the country. That's why every top 10, um, pretty much in every radio station or every major radio station across the country, plays all of the same music. Your top 20s, top 50s is all the same shit. Back in the day, there was regional radio stations. It wasn't all this massive conglomerate wasn't this massive monopoly over radio, the airways that we see today. But thanks to William Jefferson Clinton, dude with saxophone on Arsenio, who did the 1995 FCC Act, which made it possible for monopolies to exist. Specifically about the FCC, that's why all of our radio sucks now. Same songs. Whereas in other uh, decades prior, you can go to LA, hear a certain type of music. You can go to San Francisco or Oakland, hear a certain type of music. Go to Detroit, hear a certain type of music. Go to Memphis, hear a certain type of music. Go to Houston, hear a certain type of music. Go to Dallas, hear a certain type of music. Go to New Orleans, hear a certain type of music. Go to what's someplace in Alabama, Birmingham, certain type of music, I'm saying all type of music, different type of artists. Miami had their thing, Orlando had their thing, Atlanta had their thing, the Carolinas had their thing, New York, New Jersey. So it was different artists making different types of music with different types of sounds, which um, enhanced the experience of the music um, consumer because you have so many choices. And now with the uh, FCC and Clear Channel owning all of these radio stations across the country, you think or we think we have a lot of choice, but in reality, we don't. No, we ain't got it all. And it's because even back in the day, to get on the radio and especially like the big radio markets, the big stations, in LA and New York and Chicago, um, Detroit, like the big because every area city has their big kind of like national entity, and everybody know, or you should know, how the game went back in the day with payola. So, people paid to get played. That's how it was. Now with the corporation owning everything from the top, and I'm pretty sure Clear Channel is connected with all of these record labels and all that stuff. Ain't no more pay to play because they own radio stations and they gonna play what they want to play. That's what it is, which has created a horrible experience for the consumer. And as I go, because I started with satellite radio, and satellite radio is just fancy uh free radio. You're just paying for it. You listen to satellite radio, it's the same songs over and over and over again, and just more channels of all the same songs. You ain't gonna hear too much that the songs are like you just never heard before, or songs that I heard this in so long, it brings back so many memories. No, Clear Channel, pretty sure Clear Channel owns some satellite radios or has a piece of it, has a piece in it. So they just rotating all the same artists, just older artists and things like that. But artists who corporate powers want us to be listening to anyway. So how much choice do you really get? Because Um, I don't know if there's too much underground rap on satellite radio. I'm just I said I don't want it in my car. They they was practically giving it to me. I was like, I'm good. And tinfoil hat on. Somehow I feel like that's a tracking device. I don't know. This is already one anyway, but I don't know. I That is one of the things that I can just speculate. I don't have too much hard evidence on it. But what? Why do you want me to have it so bad? Like, I'm good. They would send me letters over and over and over. The satellite radio could just be one of those things like it's an added on expense. Well, like, I don't know how much it is, $5 a month, $8 a month. And they figure like that ain't shit for you. That's two coffees. And like you just add it on to your expenses and not think about it. But if let's say $100 million, 100 million people uh, in the country have the satellite service, and they ain't really thinking about it. $5 to $8. I don't know how much it is. It could be much more, but let's just say $5 to $8. And for a lot of people, that's not a lot. That's just throwaway shit you don't think about a month. But how much money are they making from 100 million people? They ain't get my they ain't get my good hard earned money. Fuck that. Well, was I talking about satellite radio in relation to fantasy? Because it watered down something. I was talking about satellite radio, but I think I delved into an interesting topic. I just forgot in relation as to how it related to my fantasy football team. But enjoy that bit of information. Uh, but I think it was the watering down of the sport. Yeah, and it hasn't weakened the consumer market, which is weakened the experience for the listener, and I think that that's what it was. These people not playing enough. Yeah, people not playing enough, um, and they're getting so much money, but we're getting a bad product at this point of the season. Um, some can say that I was watching something with Coach JB and Whitlock, and actually Kirk Herbstreit was talking about Whitlock and Coach JB, they were discussing what's homie's name? Kirk Herbstreit's um, assessment of the quarterback position um, or quarterback play, basically from high school to the NFL. And what he was saying is that the skill set of quarterbacks has greatly diminished overall. You may have your certain quarterbacks that they got those intangibles and they know what it is or know what it takes to be a pretty good quarterback. But wait, I think the point that he was making is that by and large, you see a lot of gimmicky football going on, in the NFL and a lot of it in college, which is not your prototypical 3-step drop back, 5-step drop back, 7-step drop back. Um, you know, read the defense because you got to read it post and read it post snap, pre snap, and then there's a post snap read. You read your options, all that stuff, and that stuff isn't really happening. And there's more of a reliance on scrambling to get plays. Um, and I know I spoke about this a couple videos ago, maybe last week, about um, that works to a certain extent. But in the defense, those playoff teams going to have better defenses, and they're going to be able to stop the scrambles. They're going to put a spy on the quarterback, contain better at the edges. They're going to do some different things. Your better team's going to do some different things, and then how they're going to make you throw from the pocket. And if you're not effective in the pocket, you're probably not going to win a Super Bowl. And to a larger argument, that quality of play where a lot of quarterbacks today are mostly reliant or largely reliant on their legs to make plays, it has weakened the quality of the NFL product. Because the NFL now it more resembles college football, and college football resembles high school football. Specifically at the quarterback position, the athletes, back in the day, the athletes, well, all the time, especially at that position in college, in high school and college, you get an athletic quarterback, they're going to put up some numbers, they're going to win some games, they're going to make some highlight tapes. It's going to be dope. But then in the NFL, it was always an expectation that you need to be able to not only throw the football, because anybody can throw a football, but you have to be a quarterback. You have to know the game, know the defenses, know when the blitzes are coming, what sides are coming, know when to what plays to call to offset what the defense is calling. You got to be somewhat Peyton Manning. He probably did a little bit too much of that, in my opinion. What was this shit? He basically looking like Ace Ventura out there. Remember when Ace Ventura was in he was in the I don't know the PC way to say this. The crazy people home. I don't know. It looked like an old folk home, but then it was like people that looked like they were mentally I don't say mentally disabled because that sounds mean. Mentally ill. Mentally ill. No, because these people aren't mentally ill. But remember when he was, dressed up being crazy? uh and whatever he was playing quarterback. That was some funny shit. Um, but back to what I'm saying. Back to what I'm saying. Um, you have to be able to know what you're doing as a quarterback in the NFL. And it seems like since the quality of play has diminished in high school, college, this NIL stuff is killing. It's killing college sports in general. But like, you're not going to be the most fundamentally sound player if you're not around um, people who have done it in the past or have coached in the past, and they know the game. You're not going to be a very effective player on the next level, or you're going to need a lot of coaching on the next level to get to where you probably should have been at the collegiate level. So you've wasted years of your life chasing bags and things like that. I mean, I get it. I get it. You're young, you ain't got a lot of money. Uh, you the meal ticket for the family. I get it. But I'm a person like, give me the bag. And once I got the bag from you, I'm going to operate in good faith. So you got me for 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years, however long you decide to play college football. All this bouncing around and all that shit, like that's non-committal bullshit. Um, and you're not gonna grow as a person if you get if one of the coaches critiques you too harshly. You're like, man, fuck you, shut up. And that's the mentality of a lot of our youth today. You know, steel start sharpen steel, and you ain't gonna be um, what you think you want to be or what you potentially could be if you run from criticism, when you run from accountability. It's plain and simple. Sorry. And that affects the viewing experience of the consumer. And um, I'm pro consumer. You can miss me with all this pro athlete, and they are the we should be looking at them as idols, and they can do no wrong, and they walk on water just because they can dunk a basketball or throw a football or hit a baseball or skate on ice or run really fast or jump a hurdle. That's awesome, dude. Do that, ma'am. Do that to me. Leah Thomas. But your athletic gifts, um, however gifted you may be, however blessed you may be on an athletic level, um, I will not look to you as some sort of authority figure on anything. Shut up and dribble. We gonna get ourselves messed up defending people um, who are in the wrong. I've seen clips of the Tyreek Hill incident. I haven't seen enough. Like I need to see and hear his interaction with the police. I haven't been that interested in seeing the whole thing. I've listened to other people talk about it. Um, I I sense what's going on. I think it was Stephen A. or Ryan Clark, one of them dudes. They was talking about it, and I guess there was backlash from the public because Stephen A. I think it was Stephen A. He was like, he just giving you a license and be respectful, be quiet, and admit you was wrong and keep it moving. And I think there was a backlash, or I heard it was a backlash about that. And that is the state that we are in. If there truly was a backlash about what Stephen A said, because he didn't say anything wrong. That's what you're supposed to do. And if you're making $50 million a year, take the ticket and move on. I don't know if there was a certain degree of arrogance from Tyreek Hill. I hear there was a certain degree of arrogance from Tyreek Hill. He was back talking to officer and making it, causing a scene, causing a fuss. Um, do you know who I am? That's what I hear. I haven't heard it for myself, but it's not that difficult to uh, believe, because a lot of these athletes, they consider themselves above the public, above everybody else, and you do a very good job of running fast and catching the football. Very good job, but um, if you're speeding, you're speeding. Simple as that. Take the ticket. If you become mouthy with a officer of the legal system, you might get pulled out your car and put on the ground. I I don't understand what is so difficult for people in America to understand about that. It's not that difficult of a concept to grasp. Just be respectful. And I understand that there are certain situations where certain people are allowed to be disrespectful to police and nothing happens to them. Um, but we have to break that down a bit, because when I say that, you would certainly a lot of people would assume that I'm talking about white people being able to talk disrespectfully to police and get away with it. And certainly there are videos out there of white people talking disrespectfully to police and getting away with it. But there's a difference between classes of white people. You have your rich whites and you got your poor whites. You got your middle class whites. Now, the middle class and the poor whites, they might not fare too well, being as arrogant or disrespectful to officers of the legal system. Whereas the rich whites, they may be able to be so. And it also depends on how connected those people are. And I can also see and imagine also, I think I've seen videos of black folks talking crazy to police and nothing happening to them. Things happen in America. I'm not saying that you should go out there and talk crazy and disrespectful to persons holding guns who are officers of the legal system. I advise you not to do that. State your position. If you're in the wrong, own it, accept it. Either way, you take this. Hey, this advice is for everybody. Hey, it don't matter. Take the ticket and argue your position in the court. Or if you're really approachable, friendly, uh, non-assuming, hopefully that fits. You won't get a ticket at all. Let me tell you, last week, 2 weeks ago, I think it was last week, I was coming back from my uncle's house He was out in the yard, just having a good time. Um, Left his house, got pulled over by the police. I had no idea why I got pulled over. And they asked me, he was like, you know why I pulled you over? I said, I have no idea why you pulled me over. They were like, well, your registration is expired. And I was like, fuck it is. And it was. Registration was expired. And I didn't have my wallet on me. I was like, God, triple fuck. So I was a little flustered because I was looking for my wallet and shit. I had played ball with my cousins at the park. So I was like, did I leave it at the park? I was more flustered about my wallet situation, about anything else. So I think when the cop came to my to the window, I was like just freaked out about my wallet situation because I had some cash in my wallet too. So identification, some cash. Um, and cops was cool. It was two cops that came to the window, and I already know how the system go. Like they got your license, they got your license plate, and um, they can pretty much identify who you are just based off of that. So you ain't really gotta trip too much. Um, but yeah, actually, I had a temporary license in my car in my glove compartment. So I was like, I gave him that. But I was more concerned about my fucking license and money and my credit cards and all that shit. Luckily, it was in my uncle's yard, so I was good. But police said it was cool. We had no issues. It was like, have a good night, sir. I said, have a good night, gentlemen. Easy. And I'm a quote unquote black man in America. Now, if you disrespectful and you tripping, you reckless, your face will hit the concrete. Don't be surprised. So um, that's all I got to say about the Tyreek Hill situation. Um, because that TV and these victim mongers. I don't say victim mongers, but these people that just want to be victims. They just want to be victims. Every experience that happens to somebody else is your lived experience. No, motherfucker, that's their lived experience. That's them. Stop trying to connect with everybody. Connect with you and your family, your friends, the friends that got some fucking sense and that'll listen. Because you can be cool with everybody, you could be friends with everybody, but like you can't build with everybody. You ain't gonna build with everybody. So find people that's on the same, have the same mindset that you have similar goals, uh, similar same beliefs, and who you are agreeable with, and people who are moving in the same direction as you are moving, and build with them people. And if you can't find them people, find you a nice virtuous woman and create some people, build with her, and build some people who can be the plan for the future generations. It's hard out here. It's very hard out here. Seems like well, I think says it in it's a not. No, it definitely says it in it's a not. Um, I think wisdom is a two-edged sword. I'm paraphrasing, but it's definitely a two-edged sword. And not I'm not proclaiming I have wisdom, because people who have wisdom don't say they have wisdom. But knowledge is a double-edged sword. I'll say I have knowledge. It's a double-edged sword because the more you know, the more you see iniquities in the world. I'm paraphrasing, but the more your heart hurts because you see what's going on with other people. You know, it's a lot of it is just knowing right from wrong and knowing what actions that people make will come back on them. That's life. The things that you do will come back on you. So tread carefully in this world. Quote unquote, black people in America, stop taking up for everybody who they put on TV as a victim of police or a victim of this or a victim of that. You don't know them people. You know who you know. Take up for them. And guess what? If they fucking up, leave them out there. Sorry. Because I'm sure most people are good people, good-hearted people. The people who watch this fine program, sports talking bull stuff, good people out here. And I'm sure you've tried to help people, you've extended yourself to people, you've tried to assist people in their times of need, tried to lead people, well, not lead people, but guide people, show people the right way, a better way. And yet people continue to do what they do. So if you continue to do what you do, even though you've had guidance, leadership, people around you who have uh, shown you the way and who have themselves lived what they've shown to you. If you still out here being a fucking knucklehead and a dummy, that's on you, player. Play at. Can't save everybody. And quite frankly, I'm not trying. You can only uh, save yourself with the creators. That's the only way I've seen that it can be done. I'm sorry. Let's go back to my other fantasy football team. I ventured off. I don't think I'm going to do too much to this lineup here. I mean, I could put Zay Flowers in. Green Bay, Michael Pittman Jr., Las Vegas. I might have to come back to that. It's I basically got 2 hours until kickoff. Dang, let me share the screen again. I need to get more fluid with sharing the screen. I need to get way more fluent with doing this whole thing here. Move that out the way. We still rocking? Yeah, we still rocking. Uh, why does this look different? Yeah. All right. Back to cash money. Let's see if there's anything that I want to do, any late adjustments that I want to make. I hope y'all find this interesting. If you make it this far, I know I've been talking about a couple things outside of fantasy football. Talked about the FCC Act of '95, signed by William Jefferson Clinton. Uh, Talked about Kirk Herbstreit when he was talking about the deterioration of the quarterback position in the NFL, which has weakened the product. What else? What else have I talked about? We talked about. I'm talking to myself, but there's some people out there listening. I gotta say, for this channel, I may have to do just a wrestling channel because my wrestling videos, man, my last video, I think one of my last videos, it was wrestling. It did 200 viewers. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. I'm getting them I had a couple over the hundreds. Um, but yeah, I may have to do a separate wrestling channel just for the ones that like wrestling. Uh, it ain't too much. Dobbins may have to get into the lineup. Dobbins may have to get into the lineup. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit on this for a little while. I The way I operate is if I don't feel it initially, I'm not going to do anything. Like it's just certain things I look at matchups, and I say, I gotta go a different way. But we still young in the season. Everything's still being court. I mean, the offices are still coming together. So I'm gonna ride this out one more again. But I came across this earlier. I think this Coach JB, when somebody shared it on Instagram. It's funny.
Be playing with you no more. This is the real fucking JB. You better fight the fuck in real quick. Keep fucking with me. Either in or you fucking out. I'm not fucking playing.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, I'm for cash money, I am a defending champion in my other league, Team Savage. I was in the finals last year. I think I lost by a couple points. Anything I need to talk about? Football connected. Man, climate change is crazy. Climate change is crazy. Boy, I tell you, you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Really gotta laugh to keep from crying. Uh, well, I'm gonna show you I'm not a liar, damn it. Um, this, yeah, 218 videos. I mean, 218 views in 3 days. I don't think they like my Trump Kamala debate. I don't think they like my analysis of the debate. I thought, man, that debate was funny. That debate was funny. When Trump started talking about the eat dogs or the cats, I couldn't believe he said it. Because I've been seeing it on Twitter. And I'll be looking at stuff and I'll be like, man, I don't know. A lot of stuff be um remember that game? It was an 80s and 90s game, Operation. A lot of them games is ops. I mean, a lot of these videos is ops. Hold on. This was it was rich in content, this 2024 NFL talk. Yo, wrestling content, man, shit. Next stop is NFL fantasy talk, but fantasy football. I know there's a lot of viewers out there, a lot of players fantasy football. I'm damn near year 20 of this shit, OG of this shit. Um, so maybe I'll market this as a more fantasy football than anything else, because you got a lot of people talking NFL, and even though I'm not I know the NFL. I'm not up on all the day-to-day stuff. And there's a lot of channels that talk and they focus more on the day-to-day stuff, the player movement that goes on. I watch Red Zone and I watch the Thursday night game and the Sunday night game if they're good, and the Monday night game. So I'm in this bitch for fantasy. I'm in it for my shekels, you know, in these leagues, these money leagues. So yeah, I want my shekels. I want to beat my friends. That's what I'm in it for. NFL by and large, the quality of play has diminished in my eye. Quarterback play has diminished in my eyes. So the product is what it is. It's still entertaining. Actually, shit. I watched the Colorado versus Colorado State game. I watched most of it. Uh, Pretty much the end of the third quarter. It was a wrap. By then, uh, that was the first pretty much Dion game I watched. Dion coach game I've watched. I've avoided all of the hoopla and the spectacle that it is with Dion. Um, Shador Sanders played really well. Colorado played really well. Um, Colorado State, they for the 3 quarters I saw, Colorado played really well. Shador Sanders slanging that football, very accurate. Um, and the way that football is played in the NFL, that will translate on the next level. Um, I don't know where he's going to go with the draft. Again, I'm not one of those NFL channels or college football channels. There's a lot of channels out on this YouTube. So I think this may be marketed more to fantasy. If I talk about the NFL, I talk shit about all the shit that happens in the NFL, and the games and everything. But I'm not an NFL analysis to I'm not up on the player movements like that. Um, you ain't gonna give me. I'm not gonna give you inside uh, depth depth of teams and things like that. I'm just talking shit, and as I'm talking shit, I'm tired. My mouth is parched a bit. I ain't gonna do anything right now to the fantasy team. If I do anything to the fantasy teams, I will keep you alerted. Make a little short about it. Do something. It's Sunday. I might pop up back up on the channel. But yeah, it's your boy D Davis, Mr. 360. Yeah. Um, this has been Sports Talk and Bull Stuff. Please like, share, subscribe. Give me your comments. If you think I'm talking too much or veering off in other places I shouldn't be veering, please let me know. It probably won't help much because there's a lot of things in my mind, and I try to make things connect for people who are unable to make the connections. I like to consider myself as a bit of a conduit, someone that will connect you to hopefully um, higher levels of thought, um, higher levels of consciousness, and I'll leave it at that. Mr. 360, D Davis, I'm out.